Today we're gonna cook a bit of lamb. I love doing it with a wood fire because when you roast the meat, you can get like tons of flavor from the wood and the smoke into it. We've just lit the oven, so this isn't like start-up phase. The oven will absorb all the heat from the fire, and then we can put slightly larger logs on for when we're gonna cook. You can turn the air up. This pumps oxygen into the underside of the wood rack, and it will help to minimize the smoke, and it'll help to get all of the fire like really burning effectively to get it really hot really quickly. Listen to that, man. Listen to it, and look at the fire, raging. Now, the lamb's really simple. I basically just get some oil on the lamb, rub the oil into it, and I just chuck some salt onto it. And we'll bang it in the foil, and we're gonna wrap this up. Right, so we have now let the wood fire burn down to embers. The oven's got fully saturated in heat. If you dial up the air on the underside of the oven, you'll see that you can control how these embers burn. So even when the door's shut, we can still control fluctuating the heat of the oven up or down by using the forced air module. So now we're just gonna chuck the lamb in, now we've got the embers. It's like a twin wall door system, so it keeps the heat in the oven. We've got the setting on the forced air module just turned down to low, so that's pushing oxygen into the embers on the underside of the fire, so that will keep it hot inside the oven. We're gonna shut that door, leave it for a few hours, then we'll come back, unwrap it, we'll get the wood fire going again, and we will finish it in a hot oven. The lamb has been in the oven for maybe like 2.5 hours now, so it should be nice and cooked. You can hear this sizzling and steaming. Watch out, these obviously get super, super hot. Now we're basically just gonna unwrap this. You've got like a really nicely slowly cooked piece of lamb. You're gonna stick that on some veg, get the oven back up to temperature. Just cranked up the air on the forced air module on the side. So it's really quick and easy to control wood when you're using this. Basically makes using a wood fire as easy as using gas. You get all the smoke, all the flavor, all the fun with a lot less of the faff. So that's going now. I'm gonna let that burn for a few minutes before we get the lamb back in the oven. I'm like a home cook, I'm not a chef. So it's nice for me to take you on a journey and just show you how I just cook at home for the kids. Oil up the veg, a little bit of seasoning on this, and then get this back on it. Get a little bit more oil on the lamb. The fire's going quite nicely, so I'm gonna chuck this in. It's gonna start to brown the lamb up really nicely. Lamb's already perfectly cooked. And then we're gonna shut the door and we're gonna smoke it with some rosemary smoke, which is sick. It tastes so good, man. It is like my go-to every time I use a wood-fired oven. Now this is nicely browned, we're going to shut the door of the oven. We're gonna get all the veg to cook through, get some big sprigs of rosemary from the garden, and then you can just chuck sprigs of rosemary onto the fire. You don't really wanna use dried rosemary because it will catch light really quickly. We just shut the door. It's gonna be super tasty. This has been roasting in there, I don't know, like maybe 10 minutes with the rosemary. It doesn't have enough oxygen to fully burn, so it's actually just creating this amazing level of smoke. Look at that lamb. That is wood roasted, rosemary smoked. All the veg is completely melted down from roasting it in the oven. That will just taste unbelievable. It's like my favorite go-to, a winner every time. The lamb is out, it's resting on the table. Using the utility peel, I'm just chucking my veg in here. The veg is pre-blanched. I'm gonna crank this up to higher heat, just get really aggressive flame in the oven. And basically we're gonna wood roast this veg and get it really nicely finished, nicely charred, get it on the table, then we're ready to feast. Roasting the lamb in the oven, using the smoke, using the heat, really basic ingredients, and it's not hard to do. This is our absolute go-to at home. Flavor is insane. You just can't replicate it in the kitchen. Dome XL is an absolute beast for smoke, heat, fire, flavor. Incredible. For the recipe, go to Gozney.com.